Hello and welcome. I'm Smiley, and today we're going to be talking about revenge. We've all had someone betray us or disappoint us, um, falling short of what it was we had thought them to be. We've all experienced that at some point. And there are a multitude of ways in which we can deal with those feelings. And of course, there is the forgiveness route, choosing to forgive them and move on from the situation. Or you could want them to step on a Lego. You could want them to stub their toe. You could want them to hit their funny bone, or for their headphones to get caught on the doorknob. Uh, yeah, you could hope that they go to the park and they decide to ride a scooter and the scooter swings around and hits them in their ankle, like you know um so you could choose forgiveness, or you could choose wanting revenge, wanting them to get a little bit of a taste of what it was that they put you through. And I'm not here to attack anyone or point fingers at anyone, because it happens to the best of us. You get frustrated and you're like, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh. I hope you go to pour milk in your cereal this morning and the carton's empty. I really do hope there's not a single drop of milk in that whole carton. so, like, it happens to the best of us. We want people to understand that it's not okay to treat others like they're not worthy of respect, right? But we also, as the body, do need to have more self-awareness, um, to understand that we have done God wrong a million and one times. And if he had that mentality towards us with all the power he has, we would not be here today. And that's exactly why God calls us not to seek revenge for ourselves. He says, I will handle it. Let me pull up the verse specifically. So right here I have Proverbs 20 verse 22, which says, say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord and he shall save thee. So there's that verse. And then there is also Romans 12 verse 19, which says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. So that's why God says don't go out getting revenge, because from the Lord's perspective, he's looking at us as thieves that are angry that they've been stolen from. You know what I mean? Like, we are not all good ourselves. We are not by a long shot perfect. So that's why God calls us to be humble. Don't think so highly of yourself that you think that you're some sort of saint and that you've never done any wrong to anybody else, because you've wronged him, you've wronged Jesus, you've wronged the God of the universe. So now that I've got all the background out of the way, I've gotten our experiences and I've gotten what God says about how we're supposed to respond to said experiences out of the way. That is the background. But the premise of today's video, the important point that I wanted to note about today's video, is something that I've seen very often within the church. I've seen these videos go viral. I'm just gonna give you a title and you're gonna understand what it is I'm referring to. I think that would be easier for people to. I feel like that would connect more people. Titles like "God is snapping your enemies in half." God is gonna snap your enemies in half, take all their money and give it to you. Like, what? I'm not saying that God doesn't take away from those who are doing wicked and give to those who are seeking the goodness of the kingdom. I am not saying that. But what I am saying is that is not how God calls us to respond. We're not supposed to be checking for our enemy's downfall. Matter of fact, there is a verse in the Word, in the Bible, that tells us explicitly not to do such. Let me pull it up. Here. Proverbs 24, verses 17 and 18. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. God tells us not to wish or to look bad towards those who have done evil towards us, but to forgive them and to move on. Why? Because we have the understanding and the wisdom and the knowledge. We have the knowledge that comes along with the word. We have the knowledge of understanding the spiritual battle that is at play on this earth. We know why these people act the way they do. We understand that people are susceptible to spirits, that this world is driven away from God. We understand the fallen, corrupted state of this earth, and we understand that that breeds negativity and conflict. We know these things. So don't harp on why they're being mean or wicked or vindictive. We know why. You have the answer. And the best tool for this is talking to God and praying to him and praying for that person. Because the truth of the matter is that person is more of a burden to themselves than they are to you. When somebody is spiritually struggling or being led by angry, deceitful, wicked, frustrated, etc., conniving spirits, those spirits don't just attack other people. They also attack them. They have to deal with themselves. They have to live with themselves. So, these people living in sin, living in wickedness, pray for those people. Pray for them. Pray for them. Fast for them. That's what we should wish for the people around us. We shouldn't be checking to see whether the rug has been pulled out from underneath our enemies or those who have persecuted us. We should be praying for them, wishing well, and hoping, praying that these people will turn from themselves, will turn from this world and turn back to the one true God who has all good things in store. So to sum everything up, don't allow your ego to make you think that you're better than you are. Extend the same level of grace that God has extended to you to other people. And don't go out here checking for those who have done you wrong. Wish them well and then send them on their way. And yeah, I think that that's everything. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me, for giving me your time. Yeah. And yeah, as per usual, I'm not gonna do all of that. But